Well, there's some debate about whether tomatoes are fruits or vegetables. The Supreme Court ruled on that in the late 1800s. The unanimous decision, tomatoes are vegetables. The average American eats about 30 pounds of them a year. And we're getting recipe ideas today from a James Beard Award winner, Amy Theilen. Good morning, Amy.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Fantastic. Hey, you know, it's the middle of January here, so where's the best place to get tomatoes in the middle of January?
Yeah, I know. You know, you might think it's the produce aisle, but actually I go down the middle grocery store aisle for tomatoes. I mean, outside of summer, I really don't use fresh tomatoes, and I don't cook with them.
Right.
I use a lot of canned tomatoes. I think I might have tried them all, and actually this one is my favorite.
Right, okay. So
because, you know,
well, I was going to ask you, so what did you prepare this morning?
What did I make?
Yeah, what do you got there?
Well, we have a thin-crusted, pub-style Midwestern pizza with fresh marinara. You know, this is like a thin, crackery crust. Do you have that in Omaha? I think you do.
You know it, yeah. We got all kinds in Omaha.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I do is I use my own cracker crust pizza dough, which is really easy. It doesn't even have yeast. You just kind of throw it together. But you could use any crust you wanted, you know. And you just brush that with lots of olive oil. And then you lay down a thin blanket layer of fresh mozzarella. And I like the fresh balls of mozzarella, even though they're more expensive for this, you know. And then I just take these whole canned tomatoes that are peeled and I just rip them into pieces and lay them on top of the pizza. And then I shower this with a little bit of salt and pepper and tons of Parmesan cheese and bake it at 500 degrees, which is blistering, for 10 minutes. And it comes out, you know, emerges nice and golden brown. And it has all this like bright flavor even in the dead of winter.
Yeah, I see you've got.
And then
red...
you put some.
No, I was going to say I see you got red gold there, but how do you measure the quality of canned tomatoes? You just never know.
Well, you know, a lot of people think that all canned tomatoes are alike or that they're all the same, but you know, I've really tried a lot of different kinds, and I always, to tell the good from the bad, I submit them to what I call a very quick crush test. So I just take a whole can and I throw it into a bowl, or in this case, because I wanted to drain them a little bit, into a colander, and I just squeeze one, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, all over. Anyway, the tomato, if it should just like crush to a pulp almost instantly, and there's not going to be any of that hard red, hard yellow, unripe shoulder, and there's not going to be a hard core. So I know that it's going to be very, very sweet. You know, I'm not going to have to cook it a ton to bring out that sweetness. It's already there. Because it's really sun ripened. You know, these tomatoes are grown on family farms in the Midwest, across Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan. And you know how it is. It's like a hot Midwestern sun. And that really ripens them up.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it's like we said, it's the middle of January here. There's not as many fresh foods out there. So how can you pack more nutrition into your family meals over the wintertime?
Well, you know, this recipe, and then I have another one called which is really similar, and this is a variation of, is a fresh tomato mozzarella pie. I like to use canned tomatoes. I like to use things that are, I like to be resourceful in the wintertime and pack as many vegetables as I can into a meal, because if I give my family some options, then, you know, I know that they're going to eat something with vegetables in it, right? Yeah, and so often I will add, like to this, if I wanted to make this greener, let's say, I would take like a whole bunch of kale and I would just strip it from its stem and boil it in salted water until it's soft, and then drain it and put that in there as well. You know, although my husband would probably want me to put pepperoni on that, which is not a vegetable.
And what husband wouldn't? I mean, let's be honest. How about a website to go to for more recipes?
Yeah, for these recipes, you can go to redgoldtomatoes.com. And you can find red gold tomatoes at Baker's and Walmart in your area. And for the cracker crust pizza dough recipe, you can go to also Red Gold, but it's also in my cookbook, The New Midwestern Table. All
righty, Amy, great tips this morning. Really appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks. Nice talking to you, Mike.
Yeah, you too. Monday, who's